Once upon a time, in a small and quiet town, there lived a boy named Ayan and a girl named Sara. They were neighbors, classmates, and the kind of best friends everyone admired. People often said, "Where there is Ayan, there is Sara." From running to school together to sharing their lunch boxes to walking home after class, they were always together. But what no one knew, not even they themselves in the beginning, was that deep inside their innocent friendship, there was something more. It was love, a silent love. A love that never spoke, but always existed. Ian never said it. Sara never asked. But every time Ian looked into Sara's eyes, his heart would beat a little faster. And every time Sara caught him looking, she would hide her smile and pretend she hadn't noticed. When it rained, they would stand under one umbrella, both secretly wishing the rain would never stop. When exams came, they would sit together, helping each other, but secretly enjoying the time more than the books. Life felt perfect. But time has a strange way of testing love. As they grew older, life began to pull them in different directions. Sara dreamed of becoming a doctor. She wanted to heal people, to make a difference in the world. Ian, on the other hand, was a dreamer. He loved stories, he loved writing, and he wanted to become a great author one day. Their dreams were beautiful, but destiny had other plans. One evening, when the sun was setting and painting the sky with orange and red, Sara's father came home with news. His company had transferred him abroad. Sara's family was leaving. At first, Ian laughed, thinking it was just for a few months. But soon he realized this was permanent. Sara was leaving forever. The thought of losing her shook him to his very core. For days, he couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every corner of the town reminded him of her laughter, her voice, her presence. And finally, the night before she was supposed to leave, Ian sat at his desk, his hands trembling, and wrote a letter. It was not just ink on paper, it was his heart poured out. He wrote, "Sara, you are the best part of my life. I don't know how to say this, but I love you. I always have, and I always will. No matter where you go, my heart will follow you. Maybe one day, when the world is kinder, we will meet again." The next morning at the train station, Ian held the letter in his hand. He saw her standing there with her family, smiling bravely, though he could see tears hidden in her eyes. He wanted to run to her, to give her the letter, to tell her everything before it was too late, but fear held him back. What if she didn't feel the same? What if this confession ruined the last memory she had of him? And so, with a heavy heart, he folded the letter back into his pocket, forced a smile, and simply waved goodbye. And just like that, the train carried her away along with his unspoken love. Years went by. Ian became what he always dreamed of, a writer. His books became popular, his words touched millions of hearts. People admired his talent, but they never knew the truth. Every story he wrote was secretly about her. Every character carried a piece of Sara in them. Every love story was a shadow of what he never had the courage to say. He gave the world stories, but he himself lived with an empty heart. He never married. He never moved on. For him, love had left on a train many years ago. And then, one rainy evening, while Ian sat by his study window watching raindrops race down the glass, the doorbell rang. On his desk lay piles of unfinished manuscripts, but what he found at the door was not a visitor. It was a letter. An old-fashioned handwritten letter, addressed to him. His hands shook as he tore it open. It was from Sara. After all those years, it was from her. The letter read, "Dear Ian, I don't know if you will read this, but there is something I must tell you. I always knew. Every smile, every silence, I understood everything. I loved you too, but I was waiting for you to say it first. I thought maybe one day you would tell me, but you never did. Life took me far away, but not a day passed without thinking of you. I am sorry we lost so many years, but maybe love never dies. If you still feel the same, meet me at the old train station tomorrow." Ian's heart pounded in his chest. He couldn't believe it. She had loved him too. All those years of silence, of pain, could have been avoided. He looked at his drawer, pulled out the old, yellowed letter he had written the night before she left, and held it close. Without wasting a second, he ran into the storm. The rain poured down just like the day she had left. His clothes were soaked, but his heart burned with hope. When he reached the train station, time seemed to stop, because there she was. Sara, older, yes, lines of time on her face, but the same eyes, the same smile, the same heartbeat he had carried in his chest for years. For a long moment, they just looked at each other. No words, just tears, a lifetime of emotions in a single glance. Finally, with trembling hands, Ian pulled out the old letter, the one he had never given her, and placed it in her hands. Sara read it, her eyes filling with tears, and then she smiled. In a soft, breaking voice, she whispered, "I waited all my life for this." And in that moment, the years of distance, the pain of silence, and the weight of regret all melted away.